Hey guys, I'm back for part 2 of my eyeshadow palette ranking. My first part I did single shadows and I dove in just a little bit on some palettes. Not a ton, but just a little. And now we're gonna kind of get into the meat and potatoes of it all. We will see. We'll see how far we get in here. But I'm really excited to dive in, and I'm excited to continue with this. I hope you guys enjoyed the first part. If you've not watched it, go watch that. I'll try to remember to link it down below so that you can click on that and watch it first. And let's go ahead and get started. I won't ramble too much. Continuing on, where did I leave off the last one? I'm not even numbering these because I wouldn't even know where to start to number. So we'll just not even worry about like where I left off. But this is my Viseart Spritz Edit eyeshadow palette. This is a beautiful palette. I love the colors in here. Used it in a video not long ago, actually. The quality is okay. I'm not so impressed that I need so many more palettes from them. It's not one of those that I'm like, oh my gosh, give me more. It's okay. It's okay. And they're small palettes, like they're so small, and they're expensive. They have some larger ones. This is not the only size they have, but yeah. And I got 2 repeating shades in this row. So my first experience was not one that I was absolutely thrilled with. So maybe one day I will try more from the brand, but as for now, I'm happy to have this. Not gonna get rid of it, but it's not anything that I'm just like, oh my gosh, give me more. I almost hate to put this in this spot, but I'm going to. This is the Pure Robbie D. Christie collaboration. I love this palette. I love these shades. I waited a long time to get it. That's kind of a little bit of why I'm not thrilled with it. The quality's fine. It's fine. Again, it's nothing that I'm, oh my gosh, give me more. And the colorful side, I don't know that I've ever done a look with the colorful side. I don't remember doing one. I know I've swatched it, but I don't think I've done a look with the colorful side. So it's not horrible by any means. I'm glad to have it. So glad to have it. It's definitely a collector's item, but I'm not like, let me try more Pure. That's just not in my vocabulary. Next, and I'm not down in any brand by any means. I'm keeping it in my collection because I like it. If I didn't like it, I would be giving it away. Next is my Mac and Selena little collab. I love the packaging on this. Just had to say that. This, my little insert. I love these shades. They're very neutral, very me. Then you got a couple pops of color. Cops. I do love this palette. I love the quality of these shades. These are the only MAC shadows I have. And they're very beautiful. Truly beautiful. I love the shimmer shades in here, especially. They're so gorgeous. I don't reach for it as much as I probably should, and maybe because it is a collector's item, that's why I don't. Nothing wrong with it. It's a collector thing. Morphe. I'm putting this here for how much I love these palettes. I'm not putting it necessarily for quality. Let me just say that. Their quality is okay. It's not the best quality I've ever seen in my life. You get the little insert. I have loved this palette. This is my, what is this one? 35G Bronze Goals. There's a lot of shades in here, and there's a lot to choose from. So, it's okay. The quality is okay. I love the selection. I love these shades especially. I went through a a time in my life when I used this and only this. It seemed like this is what I wanted to grab for all the time. I do love this. I've dropped it because it is so large. I've dropped it and I've like dug my nails in to some of these shades. So I hate that I've done that, but their quality is okay. It's nothing spectacular. And then I also have the Jaclyn Hill palette. This is not the original. This is her original palette, but this is not the original formula, so to speak. So she has some beautiful shades in here. And I do love this palette, and I've also dropped this palette. And again, it's so large. It's hard to like maneuver with it. And if I am doing a video and I'm holding it up and whatever, you know, these two shades right here, I love. I see quite a dip in those. Yeah, I like a lot out of this palette, but this is just kind of okay, middle of the pack. Nothing spectacular. I'm not telling you to run out and grab a Morphe palette, but if you see a color store you like, you can try it. I'm gonna rank my BH Chillin' in Chicago palette here. You can't get this palette anymore. I love the shades in this palette. I got it on vacation like 2 years ago, I think. And it's so pretty. I love these shades. I wish they still sold it. This is a perfect fall palette in my opinion too. So if you can find it like secondhand on Macari or something, check it out. For a drugstore, this is amazing formula. Amazing. I love it. Nothing bad to say about it. It's just one that I have others I reach for a little bit more. That's all. This was a little hard. My chair is killing me, y'all. This was a little bit hard to stick these here, but it's more about color story here than it is about quality, because I think the quality on these is phenomenal. But these are my Dominique Cosmetics palettes, okay? I have the Latte palette, the Latte 2 palette, and I don't even know what this palette is. There's so much going on there. I don't know what the name of it is. I don't know. But number one, there's only 6 shades in the small one. One of them is a pressed glitter. I do not use pressed glitters. The other shades are great. They're beautiful. They're fine. I'm not going to reach into this palette all that often. I'm just really not. So it's beautiful. It's cute. I wanted it when it came out because it just, like, every packaging sells me on things, and I thought it was absolutely adorable, but I'm not really truly gonna reach for this all that often. I'm just not, but it is a good quality, and I think it was limited edition anyway. I think it is called the Now or Never palette, but see, Now or Never is like up here, so you can't even see that when you're looking at all this other stuff, in my opinion. I could be wrong. I don't know. But then I have my Latte 2, which would, if I'm ranking these in order, it would be that smaller palette, and then this one. I love the Latte 2. I think it's gorgeous. Has some beautiful pastel shades in there and has some beautiful neutrals. Love this. It's so beautiful. And then my number 1 palette from Dominique is the Latte palette. It's a classic. It's beautiful, perfect for fall. It has some beautiful pops of color here, but they're not too poppy. They are just perfect. So I love these shades. They're so beautiful. Yeah, I just really love them. I really dug in on these two. But it really kind of hurts to put those here, but at the same time, like, I love eyeshadow, so you're gonna see that. It's a theme for me. I love eyeshadow. Again, it kind of hurts to put this one here, but I'm going to. This is the Lorac Pro 3. I don't know if they still make this. Do they? I think they do. This is a beautiful neutral palette. You've got every color in here. If you're looking for a palette that just kind of has everything and you're just beginning, I think this would be a really great palette. It's not super cheap. I'm not gonna lie to you. But if you find it on sale, which I think I did find this one on sale, it's totally worth the grab. The first one I got, it was shattered and messed up, and so they had to send me another one. These shades are super soft. They're easy to blend because they are super soft. So they're not in there super hard. So do be mindful of that when you're dipping in. You're not going to need a lot on your brush, but there are just so many good shades in here, and it's just kind of like a neutral, almost leaning a little bit cool, and then there's some warm, you know, it's just kind of neutral more than anything. And I love this color story. Really beautiful. I really love this, and I love the formula too. I just have a few other formulas that I reach for a little bit more than this one, but it's still gorgeous. Okay, so formula. This formula is spectacular, over the top, amazing. It's Color Story for me. It's just Color Story. And I don't even know which one to rank. Oh, this one's hard. Okay, Glam Light is coming next, and I'm only ranking this as my number 2 palette from Glam Light because I got it second, and I've not had it as long to play with. This is the Michaela and Glam Light collab. There's so many shades in here. It's gorgeous. Neutrals are speaking to me in this one, but there are a lot of beautiful pops of color in here. Tons of color, but I of course am a neutral girl, so I'm gonna go for the neutrals. I love this palette. I think it's gorgeous. It's really hard for me to choose this as my number 2, but my number 1 would have to be my Chocolate Donut palette. I love the shades in this one. It's neutral. This is what I'm going to reach for. If I had to choose one over the other, it would probably be this one, just because this is neutral. The formula of Glam Light is absolutely spectacular. If you've never tried it, I totally encourage it. They're an indie brand, and they're pretty affordable in my opinion, and they're completely worth it. I just love it. I love this shade right here, White Chocolate. It has such a beautiful reflect. I don't know if it's even going to show up on camera. Oh, it's so pretty. See if I can. Yeah, it's kind of showing up a little bit. It's kind of like a white to or a pink to gold shift. It's so beautiful. I love that. Trying not to swatch everything because it's going to take me forever, but the only thing, it's so cute. The packaging is adorable, but it's just a little bit hard to store. That's it. That's my only complaint with that one, but their formula is amazing. I totally love it. I love my Michaela palette too. I'm so happy to have it. Took me a little bit to get it, but I love it, and I love the look I created with this, and I did a colorful look. I did some purples. So if you've not seen that video, check it out, but I love this. I love it so much. So definitely check out Glam Light when you get the chance. Can I reserve the right to change my opinion? I meant to put these before Glam Light, and I messed up. So let's rank these ahead of Glam Light. These are my e.l.f. bite-size eyeshadows. These are really good for a $3 eyeshadow quad. These are amazing. So I have 8. I have 8 in this drawer. So I'm just gonna hold these up and let you see. I have a lot of neutrals, of course, and I use these in my drugstore fall makeup look not long ago, so go check that out if you've not seen it. I love these. They have an amazing quality. To be from the drugstore, you just can't beat them, honestly. You really can't. the quality and the price you can't beat at the drugstore. So love these. Totally, if you've not tried, you need to. So this comes before Glam Light. And next I'm gonna go with KKW. They are rebranding or something right now. I don't know what they're doing, but I love their formula. Their shimmers are amazing. It took me forever to actually try this brand, and then when I did, I was like, okay, I don't know what I was waiting on, but their shimmers are so good. Let's see if I can swatch it. I don't think a swatch is going to do it justice. It's not. Trust me, if you've not tried their eyeshadow formula, I can't tell you to try it because I don't know if it's available anywhere right now. But their shimmers are really good. That's all I'm going to say. Their shimmers are really good. I can't hold it open. But I love this color story. I think this is a classic too. I'm not sure. There's no sticker on here for me to be able to tell you what palette this is, but it's beautiful nonetheless, and I'm glad I have it. There is a chance that I'm going to be able to finish up in this video. A slim chance, but there's a chance. Next, I'm going to go with Mary Kay. I love my Mary Kay eyeshadow formula. This, I have a blush in here. Let me take the blush out so you can just see the eyeshadow. And I have some more eyeshadows someplace else, but these are the majority of my eyeshadows from Mary Kay. I love their formula. I've really went in on a lot of these, hit pan on this one in particular. Their formula is amazing. If you've not tried it, I highly encourage you to. I was not including my Mary Kay stuff in these ranking videos, and I was asked to include it, so I've tried to in the last little bit that I've been doing. It's hard because I do love Mary Kay, and this is an amazing formula, and it all depends on your level of how comfortable are you with makeup, sort of thing, is really what it depends on. These would be great for a beginner. I can't say run out and grab them because I think they're a little bit overpriced, honestly, but they're still worth it. They are, and I really do love them. So I have every one that they make. I have every shadow. I worked on doing that, so I'm very happy to have it. Some of these are limited edition shades. They don't have them, like some of these brighter shades, they don't have those in their everyday line, but I do like it a lot, and I'm very happy to have this, and these are very well loved. If you can't tell, yes, I still use my Mary Kay products. This is hard for me to put here because I love this palette so much, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. And this is the Tauti Beauty Volume 1. There are so many good shades in this palette. I love this palette, and I love how it's set up. It's so easy to create a cohesive look with this one and to actually use the shades all together too. It's very easy. So I love this palette. It's so good. I use it quite a bit. I went in a lot on these middle 4 shades in the first 3 rows. I don't use the glitters as much, but these first 3 rows I totally use a lot. I love them, and it's a beautiful formula, and I love it, and I think it's totally worth $48 for this. Absolutely when I've paid more for less. So yes, I absolutely love this. Okay, so continuing on, I had to clear off a little bit so I could get some more. Next, they have the most eyeshadow palettes from this brand. But I still have to rank them here. I love this brand. I think it's absolutely amazing. I just find some other formulas a little bit better, but this brand is affordable and their quality is amazing for the price. So I will say that. And if you don't know what I'm talking about Colourpop. Colourpop, people. I love Colourpop. It's amazing. It's so good. So let me rank my Colourpop palettes real quick. Let's see. Only because these are a little bit more colorful are they my least used. This is the Big Poppy. I still love this palette. Big Poppy, really beautiful. Then Little Ray of Sunshine. This is a beautiful palette too. These are all matte palettes, these two. They're so beautiful. She's got Solstice, a beautiful palette still. Love it. Love that. Wild Nothing. I love this palette. I saw it and I was like, I have to have that palette. It's so pretty. So pretty. The Hocus Pocus palette from last year. I love this palette. It's so pretty. I love this one much more than I did the one they released this year. I didn't even get this one from this year. I love this one much more. Yeah, this one's beautiful. Only because it's a little bit more colorful, I'm going to put Raw Beauty Christie at Foresight a little bit lower, only because of the color. I don't reach for color as much as I do neutrals. You guys know this. It's still beautiful. I love it. I still reach for it. I still use it. Absolutely gorgeous. Next is Making Mauves. I love this palette. It's so pretty. Oh, so pretty. This is a classic. Then Blush Crush. I love the Blush Crush. This is so pretty. Then the Disney Designer Collection. This was my very first Colourpop palette and what caused me to fall in love. I love this palette. I just used this in a Throwback Thursday not long ago, so do love this palette very much. Only because I'm more into smaller palettes these days, and not that bigger palettes are bad by any means. I just like a smaller palette because I like fewer choices, honestly. I like to have fewer choices because I don't want to be overwhelmed. That's really the root of it. I'm gonna go Stone Cold Fox next. I love this. They're beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. This is the more cooler of the 30 pan eyeshadow palettes that they have. They have a lot more 30 pan eyeshadow palettes now. But this is a beautiful one, and I love it, and I love the cool tones. Then I'm gonna go with Bare Necessities. I gravitate to warm tones a little bit more than the cooler tones. That's the only reason I'm putting this a little bit above it, but I still love both these palettes so very much. Tons of fallout in here. I love this palette. Next is That's Taupe. I love this palette too. It's so cool. Cool toned. I do love this palette. It's beautiful, beautiful. My number 3 Colourpop palette is the Nude Mood. I love this palette. It is beautiful. It has so many beautiful nude shades in here. Hello, look at the packaging. It's so gorgeous. Love this one. My number 2 would be California Love. It's warm tones. What more can I say? Warm tones. I love this palette. It's gorgeous. I almost put this one at number 1, but you'll see which one's number 1 in just a second. Love this one. Going Coconuts is my favorite Colourpop palette. They're just, it's a neutral color story, and I just love it. I just love it. There's just so many good things about it. I really went in on it. This may have been my first non-pan Colourpop palette. Not my first Colourpop, but my first non-pan. And I really love it. And I wish they all come in this plastic packaging. And I know that's probably not good for the environment. I get that, but I just like having a mirror. I'm one of those people. This is kind of newer to my collection, but it's really beautiful. This is the Flower Beauty Desert Lights palette. This is a beautiful, this is an all shimmer palette, but these shades are gorgeous. Let me just swatch one for you. I don't want to take up too much time. Oh, that's beautiful. So pretty. If you're into shimmer shades or you just want some toppers for your eyes, I can't recommend this one enough. Really can't. Okay, guys. I didn't want to do 3 videos, but I think I'm going to, only because I'm getting into the bread and butter of like my absolute top shelf. And I don't want to get started and then have to quit halfway through. So I'm going to stop there for today and for this video, and I'll do a 3rd part, and it'll be the final part of this eyeshadow ranking. That way we can finish up, of course, but so that I'm not throwing too much at you at once, and you can kind of watch these. They'll be a little bit hopefully a little bit more condensed. I can't promise anything though, so I don't know until I get to editing how long they actually are going to be. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will be doing part 3 here in just a second, so I'll be wearing this yet again in part 3. But I hope you guys are enjoying. I hope that you're having a wonderful day, staying safe, happy, and healthy, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.